You already know what it is, baby. P.
What's happening?
What's the deal? What we talking about, man?
Not much.
No, sir. What you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
How you doing? First
you got any plans on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm gonna be working.
What?
I'm gonna be working, man. I couldn't, like, I'm not even gonna drop no names, but you know my coworker who I work with, who only works like once.
Jess?
How you put it out there?
You said you weren't going to drop no names. I didn't say anything about me not dropping
How
names.
you put it out there?
I don't work there.
So she happened to request the day off like a month ago, and she didn't realize it was
We had
the
no
same.
idea the Eagles were going to be in the Super Bowl.
Not just that, I didn't know the Super Bowl was an
That
extra.
day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I see you got a partner. Who's this guy?
Somebody showed up.
From Death Row Records.
Somebody wandered in off the streets.
I did. I wandered in off the streets.
What's the deal, baby? How you been, man?
I've been good.
How's the cocktails?
Everything's going good. Still over at the bodega. Still mixing it up over there.
How's your the scratch craft? Is that what it is? Scratch craft cocktails?
Yeah.
How's that going? You still mixing it up?
Yeah,
Or?
still working on developing that. Working on my Class P, my catering, all that. Trying to do private events.
Oh, you doing catering?
I'm almost getting close to it.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yo, you gotta call me up, man. If you ever need help with the bartending
it.
part of it, you know what I mean? I got you. You know what I mean?
You know it.
That's the least I could do, especially you be coming through. What else you got going on, man? Just working hard?
Just working, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
Working
man.
hard, trying to hang out with you guys. It's been too long.
Yeah, you got to start showing up a little. I know it's a conflict because we only got like certain days and everybody works and everything, but we got to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
We need you, man, because last time the ratings went through the roof.
We had a good time last time.
Yeah, we was chopping it up. That was like, what, 4 or 5 months ago now? 4 months?
Yeah.
I think that was like episode 8. What are you guys on now?
19.
We're on
This is 19.
We're at 19. But anyway,
Good for you guys.
we're going to take that break, and P's going to come back with the... Is it quick hits today, or is it just
it's
just
a
all
weird-
over
it's
the
gonna be
place?
weird right
Yeah,
now.
we're all over the place today because we're in that, you know what I mean, that lane, that, what is it, media week for the NFL?
The media week for the NFL. NHL's on their All-Star break.
Yeah,
NBA's
so
going to be going on All-Star
That's
break.
weird. So we're in that crease right there. So we're going to come back right after this.
What's going on? Comeback Kings are back.
What's going on?
We're going to talk, about the
What's
sport that
going on?
obviously I'm the best at.
What's going on? What's your favorite sport?
Oh, obviously I'm a dominant at basketball, so let's talk a little basketball.
Yo, you did play ball back in the day, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I do. I
You
do
was
a little street
you
ball.
was a-
Little
when you
street
was
ball.
a young man. A little street ball.
Yeah, no, I was just being sarcastic about that.
You never played organized basketball?
No, nope, never. I was short and chubby. Come on now.
That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't like.
That only helped Charles Barkley. That didn't help me.
But anyway, what you got, baby?
We're going to talk about Kyrie. You know, the guy everybody
I know
loves.
people are probably sick of hearing about this dude, but what's the main thing though? Why did Dallas do the deal? Why didn't he go to the Lakers? Why didn't he go somewhere else?
Why is he still in basketball? Why does any team want him? There's a
why-
lot of
he
questions
should
around
just become-
Kyrie.
He should just become a preacher. We should call him Reverend
He's
Kyrie.
been preaching.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just call him that. You know what I mean? You know why he's in Dallas? Does anybody know? How'd that happen?
It's called a trade. Two teams get together.
Yeah, but
they trade picks and people.
It's
Oh,
obvious.
all right, all
I'm
right.
saying that's
How'd that-
obvious.
yeah, I
I'm
didn't know.
saying
I can't assume he knows what I'm talking about.
no. I'm saying why Dallas? Why? Like for me too. I don't even think that was one of the teams on the radar from what I saw. I think I saw
know.
Lakers, the Suns. The Suns I heard they were going to give up Chris Paul for him. Word on the street. I did hear that. At
For
least
Kyrie, yeah, the deal that I heard, I thought they were dangling Chris Paul to get Kevin Durant out of there, but
Ooh,
I don't know.
maybe
That
you
could
might
a
be
thing.
right. You might. That's another thing. Is Durant out now?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Durant's not going to stay.
I don't think Brooklyn's done making moves. There's all kinds of chatter that they're going to flip. Who's the guy that they got back that used to play for Brooklyn?
Was it You're talking about the Dinwiddie
Yeah,
cat?
they're saying that they're gonna put him in a deal. They've been talking to the Raptors about maybe bringing.
They're gonna have to bring somebody in because I guarantee you Durant's gonna be like, either you get me some help or I'm out.
Well, Wojnarowski said they're unlikely to deal Durant before Thursday, before the trade deadline.
Oh yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
So they gotta get something to make him want to stay.
I think that they're stuck with Durant.
No, I agree with that.
Brooklyn is like, who wants? How old is he now? 34 years old. He signed until he's 38.
I think if Durant becomes available, somebody will take him.
He's still putting the numbers up until he got hurt.
Yeah, but he's been hurt like the last 3 years, making $50 million. How much of that salary cap is that? Like, you need it.
You're saying nobody will take Durant if he's on the market.
I'm not saying nobody will take him. I'm just saying his contract, his age, his wear and tear is all working against him at this point.
So I don't know. I would do that.
But I think he was still putting up 29 points a game.
That's what I'm saying. There's a sucker every minute.
But I'm only saying that because of the Jaylen Brown situation.
What's going on with that?
I feel like the Celtics need to move him, or they're gonna lose him for nothing. Because that's just the way that
I don't think they. What do you mean? Are they?
That's the way the extensions work in the NBA.
You don't think they're going to be able to pay him?
It's a bad financial decision for Jaylen Brown for himself not to hit free agency.
Yeah, I agree with
you. If he re-signs an extension, he makes drastically less money than he could
somewhere else. And he could be the guy somewhere else too.
He just has to enter free agency. The Celtics can re-sign him.
Yeah.
His market value is going to get.
But I thought the home team can offer you more money than anybody else.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, I just think he's kind of jaded at this point too. How many times has his name been dangled around?
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the issue.
If you think that if you think it's a 50-50 ball on whether you can sign him back just based on most amount of money and he still wants to be in Boston, cool. But I just don't think that that's the case. So
I think he wants to be in Boston though. I think he has businesses and stuff up here and everything. If I'm not mistaken,
he does. There's been some issues over the last year or two though, especially with like you said with the trades. Then it was this whole friendship with Kyrie that got him some shade.
I don't know. But back to the Kyrie thing. Yeah. You guys still didn't answer me. Why did he end up with the Dallas Mavericks?
My thinking, obviously, you've said it before with Mark Cuban and
I think it's Cuban.
Sell seats and stuff. But they are 3 games behind second place. The Grizzlies are 32 wins. They're 29 wins right now. Kyrie makes a difference. You win a couple more games because of Kyrie. Now you're a 2 seed playing a 7 seed.
Are you going to the finals with Kyrie though? Him and Luka.
You could.
Who's the big man? You need a big man. Who's the big man? You need a big.
I don't know. Those 2 guys scoring like that. Look at what Kyrie did with LeBron. Luka's got that same skill set, and you're only renting him for a year, right? You're not even committed to him at this point.
Yeah.
So it could end up being a move that you look back and say they took the gamble and it worked out for them.
Because they didn't mortgage the future. They gave some draft picks, which are
they still
nothing in basketball.
Who's the other tall cat? The Porzingis cat? Is he still there?
I don't think so.
Porzingis isn't there anymore? I thought he was. But he's always hurt too, I thought.
That's what I was going to say. If he's there, he's out because I haven't seen him show up on the highlights in a minute.
Wow. So you're saying Dallas just took that leap in the West. So I'm saying I didn't understand the trade, but if you guys are thinking that, that's the thing. You got to see if him and Luka even can mesh. That's why I didn't understand why the Lakers. But back to what you were saying about the Lakers off the camera, you think just your boy Cy just wanted to stick it to Kyrie? Because I heard the Lakers
had the word on the street.
The Lakers had the super deal in place.
Yeah, I think. How else do you not take that Lakers package?
That's what I'm saying.
You got a first and two seconds from the Mavericks, and the Lakers were offering you 2 firsts. Granted, they were further down the line. I think it was like a 27 and a 29.
But it's back to what you're saying. Draft picks in the NBA.
No, don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Especially for destination cities like that.
Yeah. So, smoke and mirrors. And you put him back with LeBron, which is proven that they won a chip together.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also proven that he didn't end up wanting to be in that locker room for too long with LeBron either. So,
yeah.
I don't know. He seems to be... He, by all accounts, wanted to go to L.A.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he wanted to go to L.A. to get back with Bron.
I don't know. I think just looking at the West, I think it's a gamble worth taking. If you're not committed to Kyrie long term, you gave up a first rounder and 2 second rounders.
P, what did I say? Exactly. What did I say? If you're grabbing him, you're just grabbing him and saying to yourself, I'm going to hold on to him long enough before the antics starts.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
his basketball game. Then you know what you're getting on the court.
Well, I told you,
It's just the off the court stuff.
if they give him
know what I
a
mean?
contract, they're nuts.
I think they should. I mean, especially in Dallas. Like, you think Kyrie's mindset and, like, just the good old boys in Dallas
His politics,
are gonna work
Yeah,
out, like,
his politics are
yeah.
gonna fly even less.
Yeah. He took a beating in Boston and New England.
Yeah,
Never
you're gonna
mind
be
Dallas.
fed up with all these cowboy hats in no time.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
What else you got, man? NBA.
So what do you think's gonna happen with the Nets? Do you think they're just? I don't know if Durant's gonna give a crap.
I mean, I was
When he
looking.
comes
I was
back?
looking at this before yesterday when I reached out about coming on, and the Nets actually have like no draft picks because they were all involved in the James Harden trade. So the Nets' next two first round draft picks belong to where'd Harden come from? The Rockets, right?
Yeah.
Or from.
He's
Yeah.
moved around. I can't
So
keep.
Philly got
So-
the best of that deal.
I don't know what they.
No, Philly got the best of that Harden
I don't know
Simmons
what they.
deal.
What
Yeah.
They
Oh,
gave-
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Without a
for
doubt.
sure.
Without a doubt.
'Cause
Like,
now-
hands down.
Because they were talking about packaging Durant and Simmons. Nobody wants Simmons.
Yeah,
He's
they're gonna
garbage.
They're gonna be in a tough spot. You have an aging superstar making an absurd amount of money. Like KD's making $50 million a year for like the next 3 seasons. You don't
Boom.
have any draft picks.
Boom.
And what? You don't have a Robin to his Batman. He's been inconsistent with injuries.
And what
lately.
does Benny make?
Who's
Like
gonna wanna-
35 mil?
And isn't
Yeah,
like
sitting on your roster?
isn't like the tax rate in New York ridiculous
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
So you don't even have that. Like, why would guys want to come play in Brooklyn when they can go play in Miami?
Yo, Benny
wherever
Simmons
else?
is your boy, P.
Yeah, no. He came from Philly. Your boy.
They're screwed.
Your man.
They're in a similar situation as they were when they gave up the picks to the Celtics to get an aging KD.
Yeah.
Or KG and Paul
I
Pierce.
don't understand. Why wouldn't you
and
learn your
Jason
lesson
Terry.
from stuff like that?
I don't know. And
Like you're
what
doing
else I
the
was
same
gonna
thing
say,
again.
the 2 first-round picks that they lost in the Harden deal, it's also followed by 2 more years of pick swapping if they want it. So really, they're out of their first-round picks for the next 4 years.
Yo,
So,
they're in a boat.
They're
It
tough.
is sinking.
Yeah.
They're on the
maybe,
Titanic.
maybe the only way would be to clean house, and then you just spend all your money in free agency and build a team like that.
And if they're garbage, even having those picks, now you gave those picks away, those are going to be better for another team
Yup.
because you're going to be so bad.
And they're in your conference.
Yep.
I don't
Like,
care.
they're
Though.
only gonna-
Like I said, I don't care about the Nets.
They're
I'm a Sixers guy.
Their,
Come on,
their,
they
picks,
beat
their picks
them
are going
guys.
to do for the Rockets what their picks did for the Celtics.
You just have
right? There's going to be like a
aspirations.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown situation to where they were terrible, and those superstars that should have been drafted to their rosters
You just
end
have
up on a
aspirations.
division rival.
It's awful, man. Because when you was like, everybody was like, yo, we want to see if this works out. They already, I remember when I traded first, when Kyrie first went there and Durant, they were like escalating them. They're going to come out of the East. What have they even remotely did?
I don't know.
It was nothing.
COVID killed
I mean, yeah,
them.
I was just going to say
They
COVID.
never did nothing, though. Nothing.
They never got a chance. And
They never got out the driveway.
no,
It's awful. That is awful.
the car stalled in the driveway.
KD leaving the Warriors has to go down as one of like the biggest boneheaded decisions.
I don't know. Draymond is a problem.
How
to
many
deal
more?
with.
Yeah, but they probably would have shipped Draymond off. You wouldn't have had enough money to pay all those
Yeah.
guys.
He's got a point there.
Draymond would have been the one
You
that.
think they would have shipped off Draymond?
Oh yeah.
Well, who would you rather have, Durant or Draymond?
I agree.
Draymond's okay on the defensive end, but he doesn't bring anything.
Okay. So back up. Why do you think KD left? Is it because of the Draymond thing?
I think KD left because he listened to all the talking heads say that he didn't do this on his
Exactly.
own.
Yeah.
He said, okay, I'm going to go do it on my own. And unfortunately, you did business with your friend instead of with somebody that you I don't know. You shouldn't have picked Kyrie. You should have picked a more stand-up guy that was more dedicated
But
to the
I'm
game
saying
of basketball.
not just that. But back to the thing is, Durant hasn't been healthy though. We can blame Kyrie. Let's say that, right? But has Durant himself even been there?
Who's missed more games? I don't know. Between
That's
him
what
not
I'm
playing,
saying.
him not playing with COVID and Durant being hurt.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
think
what I'm
Durant kind
saying.
of gets a pass on being a bit of a prima donna too.
I agree with you there.
You know, so like
I
between the
agree with you
two
there.
of them,
I'm not
like
disputing that.
yeah.
He's softer than Twinkie filling. Yo.
Well, he's not Benny Simmons. Let's
I
go.
think
Let's
he's
go.
I think he's gone on record of saying like it's not his job to lead the locker room.
That's
Like
awful.
that's his take on it. Like you have to.
When
That's
you
good.
want it to be your team, that is your job.
Yeah.
Is that what he? But he never said that he wanted to be his team, though. Has he?
You went there to be the centerpiece of the Brooklyn Nets. That means that was your team.
I don't know, man.
I gotta call Kevin Durant's circle into question. Whoever's helping him make his big time decisions, he's paying the wrong guys.
It's just I think it's him though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a circle. I think he's easily. How can I explain
Influence.
it? Exactly.
There you go.
I think you can go over to him and whisper to him and say, "Go over here," and he'll be like, "Okay."
Well,
You
he's-
know what I'm
'cause
saying?
if
He's
that-
that kind of
If he's
guy.
one of the first guys to get exposed for having like a burner account. too.
Yeah.
That's
Remember
right.
that? He was like-
Yeah, that's my point. You're proving it exactly. He's like afraid. I don't know. I can't explain it, which it doesn't make sense because you play in the NBA.
Right.
Like how can
So you
the
know what
two
everybody
don't-
was saying too. If you're having a burner account and you're paying attention to that, you knew everybody was saying you just rode the coattails
Yeah,
to
I-
get that championship.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You couldn't do it with your old squad. You went there.
That's the thing too, because now
Didn't he get the
as this-
Finals MVP though?
Yeah. So now
No.
exactly. So you're looking at those championships that he won a little different now too. I'm looking at them differently.
I don't know.
now.
I don't look at him that different.
I look at him. I look at him and those chips different. I just do. I'm like, yo, this dude. He's just a follower.
When
man.
you're the man, you don't need to do that.
Exactly.
He was the man in those finals.
Oh, I'm
though.
not
He's the
disputing
finals
that.
MVP. So it's
Yeah.
like he was the
He
main
played. He's a-
character,
He
I'm not gonna-
was the
and
guy.
everybody else was the role players. So
I still think it was Steph's team.
yeah,
That was just a monster. That team.
Yeah. Like Durant. Don't get me wrong.
Like
I don't know. I don't know.
Garnett
I don't
did
know.
the same thing, but Garnett put the years in, finally until it got to the point where it's like, all right, I got to move because I'm never going to get anywhere
yeah.
in Minnesota.
I'm looking at those Golden State chips with Durant differently. I don't know. Just now, because now that you guys are starting to say all of this stuff, and I'm looking at him the way he is, he's not a leader, man. He's just not.
No, he's a great basketball player.
He's
But
a great basketball
He had
player.
it all he had to do was shut up and play basketball, be the best offensive talent that we've seen, and let the Golden State Warriors infrastructure carry him to the promised land. He could have had.
Well, he won two. He won two, right?
He could have won the next four.
Four.
He'd be,
You
beat
wouldn't even
some-
be talking about whether it was tainted or not of him going there, because at that point, where you've been there that long and you win that many, you're just godfathered in.
Yeah.
That could have been like NBA altering too, because you think LeBron's going to the West if that team is still there. You know what I mean?
His
Like,
easiest
it's-
path would be to stay
yeah, like
in
you
Miami.
would've stayed in the
Yeah.
East, you know,
Yeah.
like. And as I hate to bring this up because it's only making LeBron's legacy look greater, but look at everything on that Warriors team that it took
To beat him.
To beat him.
I agree.
Like,
Bron's my guy. You heard it.
Like-
Bron is my guy.
Yeah, like-
Yes. Yo, they had this debate with him and the MJ. I don't even want to get into it, but I wanted to jump through the screen.
if you
at
get me
Stephen
into
A.
this, we're gonna have an extra long show.
LeBron's my guy. But anyway, what else you got, P? We can go forever with this.
I have nothing else for you. This is something else you
like-
guys
What are
want to
the
talk
other
about.
storylines in the NBA? I mean, I feel like last time we were here, I think we talked about like Warriors of the field, and I think a lot of us just took the Warriors, but
But now they
seem
look
to be
sus.
all beat up. Steph
They
is
look
out.
sus.
Clay's coming back. Like,
So who you got in the West?
But all they got to do is make it in and be healthy.
Yeah.
Then they're
You
trouble.
got Nuggets?
no.
You got Grizzlies?
I'd rather if I'm gonna come off of the Warriors pick.
Grizzlies.
I like Ja with the Grizzlies. Well, I'm also intrigued with what the Mavericks just did. Like,
But
the skill set
that's
that-
still up for
Luka-
debate, though.
Luka's
There's a
skill
question
set-
mark there.
I don't know. What is the skill set like? Look at like. I just think that the defensive pairings that Kyrie's going to draw off of, like they're going to go off. Like if
You
they,
think so?
if they can find
Luka's
any-
gonna drop 50.
If they can find any way to work together.
But you got to keep in mind.
They just need him to.
This is what you have to keep in mind. The ticking time bomb that Kyrie Irving is. We don't know how long that wick is.
They're like, can we get
have no
3 months?
clue.
Can we get 3
It
months
could be
out
3
of them?
months. It could be 3 days. It could be 3 hours.
I think it's gonna be a good setup.
Your boy could get off the plane and start bugging.
I think
just
Lu-
like you said with
I
the good
think
old boys down there.
Luka's gonna be the key. It's Luka's laid back demeanor and his he's always just joking around. Like you ever see interviews with him, he's smooth. He's chilling. He's not.
Yeah, but we're talking about Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but he's not emotional. He's not gonna play into like the
Durant wasn't emotional
the
with
stuff.
him.
I don't know. I think there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
I don't think
Durant,
Durant.
especially with all the time with Kyrie and the whole saga of not getting vaxxed and missing all those games. It's like you basically told KD like I'm wasting a season of your prime.
I agree
you know,
with you.
like,
I'm not
All
disputing
they
that.
gotta do is ask Kyrie how he feels about gun control. And there could be big issues in Dallas.
yeah, that's true. The media could drive an implosion just for ratings. So I see what
I
you're saying
just
with that.
think this guy, and I will never say nothing against his basketball, like how good he is in basketball. It's gonna be something. Remember what we're talking about right now. And like I said, he can get off the plane and start bugging, or he can go 3 or 4 months. Your boy's, it's coming.
Every
He's
time
gonna
he gets a
start
new
bugging.
start, he'll do something.
Like this,
You think it's going to be this?
This is what could happen, right? It'll be at the most time when you need him the most. They'll probably be going to the finals and everything, and your boy will decide to act up.
It don't
I
matter
don't
to
know.
him.
Watch.
When LeBron needed him the most, he hit that bucket.
Yeah, I'm not disputing
That's
a
that.
long time ago.
That was a long time
Yeah, but
ago.
it's just ball. Like you can't dispute that he can play.
How many chips
Right,
do you think
like-
he could have won with Bron?
In a vacuum, a lot more. Under
Yeah.
Cleveland ownership messing everything up, probably maybe one more if they stayed.
So
But if
you
they-
got them coming out the West, Mavericks.
No, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I
What
just
are we
I
talking
said it. I
about?
said
He
it
did say
intrigues
that.
me.
It intrigues me. He did say that. That was a quote.
I
You're taking them over Grizzlies or Nuggets?
I'm taking the Warriors over the crowd still. I'm hoping that they just limp into the playoffs and get healthy. And then if the wheels fall off of that, I'm rolling with the Grizzlies.
Yo, the Clippers are sneaking around too. I noticed lately.
And everybody's just writing
fourth.
LeBron off. He can't just limp into the finals and get
That's
healthy and put the team on his
13?
back.
Nah,
Yeah.
He can't. He can't.
They're not that far out of it, but
What
Nah,
are they
he
gonna do?
can't.
They're gonna do something.
Nah.
They're gonna go get somebody.
they got what?
Well, how?
2 days
Who?
to do it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I was looking at that too about guys on expiring contracts and
Who? Who?
there's like nobody.
There's
You know, it's a
nothing.
very slim
There's scraps.
pool.
Like nobody's moving. That Kyrie thing, that was the move.
I know
That was the move.
they're talking about getting Mike Conley. That's all right. They're talking about getting Jay Crowder. He's been disgruntled in Phoenix. They haven't played him yet. I know they got the guy. How do you say his name? Rui from Washington already.
The Lakers just need to stay healthy, I think. If you can get him, AD, and they can just stay healthy together, I think they can make a little noise, but I don't.
They just need like a bench hero. You know what I mean? They need like a
They got Westbrook coming off
they
the
need
bench.
like the ghost of Andre Iguodala or something.
They got Westbrook
Wait,
coming off the bench.
Brian Scalabrini's still available to come off the
What
bench.
is it,
No,
White Mamba?
White
What is
Mamba.
his name? Is that what they call him?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But anyway, what else, man? Is that it?
I think that's it.
We'll wrap it up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Peace.
Hey, it's Etiana, the owner of eSweets. eSweets is a small local business that specializes in chocolate dipped strawberries, cake pops, pretzels, Oreos, and more. You can place an order for any occasion and even have the order customized to match your needs. Thank you.
Back again. Comeback Kings. We're talking NFL now. Gonna switch it over.
Yeah.
Coaching carousel.
What about the NFL?
Coaching carousel. Everybody's picking up offense coordinators, defense coordinators, head coaches. Everybody's making their moves.
What what's it gonna equal though?
The biggest one is Sean Payton.
the
That's the
Peyton
biggest
cat.
name.
Where you go?
Sean Payton
Broncos?
going to Denver. Is he going to be able to resurrect Russell Wilson?
I think the Russell Wilson thing is internal. I don't think it has something to do with the coaches. I think it has something to do with him and the players, from what I'm hearing. Like, they can't get a hold of him directly and all of this madness. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? You got to talk to a third person to get to the dude?
Yep.
If I'm on that team, I would be like, yo, who are you?
Now, did that start from the beginning, though, or did it get like that because of his play at the end and he just didn't want to deal with
No,
anybody?
I think he's always been like that. He thinks he's a diva.
Yeah, he has like a team name for it. Like what? No, Team 3, right? Is that his number? Is he number 3?
And
They
he
call
has,
him Team.
these
They call him
things
Team
at
3.
his house, but you have to talk to. I don't know, the maid. It's weird stuff, man. I'm like, who are like? If you're the quarterback, you should be the most. To me, I could be wrong. The most relatable person in the whole locker room.
It helps.
You need to get along with
be the
everybody.
leader, yeah.
Yeah, you need to get along with everybody. Now, to me, you're not talking to another person to talk to me. No, come talk to me. We're in a locker room. Yo, what's that? I don't get it. I don't get that, man. I don't get it. But maybe Sean Payton might come in and be like, yo, get rid of your spokesman.
He already said Team 3's out of there.
Did he?
Yeah, he said that it's all done.
Get that out of there, man. There's no need for that. What else?
Broncos country. You know what I mean? That's got to be a team thing.
But that's where you can smoke too, right? If I'm not mistaken, they can smoke. Well, you can pretty much smoke everywhere now, but they're one of the originators of it. So I don't know.
I just think for what the Broncos gave up to get Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, you have to win back-to-back Super Bowls
Yeah, well, they gave up
to
everything.
make that worth it. Like I think it was like
Everything.
5 first-round picks or something like that between the two
And that's
acquisitions.
that's what I thought also.
And all the money.
But then I got a wake-up call this year. Kansas City Cats know we're still here.
Yeah.
And we ain't going nowhere. That's what they're saying, baby. Yo, so I don't know. He has his work cut out for him, I think. I think he does. I think he has his work cut out for him. The dude down in Texans, he's got his work cut out for him. Was it D'Amico?
D'Amico Ryan.
He has his work cut out for him. They might.
I think they got the right guy though. I think he's going to be if he can settle the ship.
Who's the quarterback?
Davis Mills. They got a second pick.
They got to be up there, yeah.
Who's coming out this year? I didn't see anybody. I didn't notice anybody. You're gonna take another quarterback?
They have to.
Yeah, probably. I don't think Davis
So
Mills
they're gonna
has a
take
lot
the
of
Bama.
draft
Are they gonna
capital.
take the Bama cat? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He will. He's gonna get. I think he's gonna get a fair shot. I think he's gonna get a few
What
years
was
to
he
try
in
to
San
make
Fran?
something.
What was he in San Fran?
For defensive coordinator.
D-Cord. If I was him, I would trade down and stock the cabinet for the next few years. Just pull the Belichick.
But are they gonna be patient enough to let this guy do that?
I don't know. You have to be.
How long was Lovie Smith there?
A year. One
Not
season.
long enough.
And they cooked him.
But
He cooked them.
They went backwards.
You know what
they
he
went
did on the last-
backwards. That's the problem with Lovey. They went backwards.
Do you know what he did on the last play of the season? He cost them the first overall pick.
pick.
No, because he knew he was out of there.
But why would you do that? You told them that they were parting ways, and then the game came down to a situation like that, and he's like, "Go for it."
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the best move ever.
He's like, I'm out of here, so let's go.
Take your second round pick and beat it.
Who else went?
Oh, then
I heard
Davis Mills is probably because I think he was quarterback in that game.
Oh yeah.
So he was probably like, well, they're gonna try to draft someone number one. I'm gonna
Yeah, might as well put good film on tape, you know.
So where did who did Carolina get?
Frank Reich.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't like that.
It's so
I
hard
don't
to
like
put it
that
all
for
together in
Carolina.
the NFL.
I don't
It's so
like
hard
that
to
for
put it
them.
all together.
Who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback down there?
They don't know.
They don't know.
So he just went from Indy where he was getting beat up. He's gonna get beat up.
Reich wasn't bad. And what's messed up is that the defensive order coordinator Wilkes took over as interim coach, and they actually played hard. They didn't they didn't kill it, but they played better.
But wait, who's in that division? Is it Tampa?
Tampa,
I
New
think
Orleans.
they might be done. New Orleans is done. Who else is left?
We're missing one other team.
Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah.
They could win
It's
that
not-
division.
yeah, oh, yeah.
They could win it.
That's going to be the garbage division.
You think it's gonna be trash?
Well, they don't. We thought Tampa was going to be good, but they're taking a big step back now.
But speaking of that,
Yeah. I mean, who? They're in a tough salary cap position.
who?
Tampa.
That's your squad.
They're lifelong.
I think you got rocky road ahead.
Yeah.
You're going to be paying what?
Nah, they're starting 55 million over the cap.
Oh,
So
okay.
they got some decisions.
got
they got some
35 of that's
decisions to make.
Brady. All right,
Yeah,
35 is dead
35
money.
35 in dead money is Brady.
But what if he
so
decides to come back?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more year, TV12.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why.
Because he said that he's not commentating until the 2024 season.
Yeah.
So it's leaving himself
So
open.
that leaves like a little
left it open.
nugget. He's like dangling in front of you guys.
If you go back and like read all the in between stuff that happened between Tampa, Miami, the Raiders, all these other stuff, like Brady's always kind of like try to force the hand without saying anything about
Yeah,
it.
I see what you're saying.
So like the
Yeah.
first time he fake retired, like that led Tampa Bay to do what? To say, okay, Bruce Arians, you're up in the front
That's how-
office.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
how
know,
Todd
we'll try
Bowles
to-
got his.
Well,
I see
yeah.
what you're saying. I see what
Todd
you're
Bowles. So
saying.
now Brady, like retiring, is now forcing their hand. Does this in turn say, okay, we'll trade you, to a different team, and
Well,
now we can take that $35 million off of our books and
Right.
help to recover? Like I don't know. It's yet.
Well, they'd
it's
have
yet
to, I
to be
think they'd have
seen.
to sign him, redo the contract, and then they can move.
Yeah,
him.
that's true. 'Cause
But
it's
here's
a
what I'm
void.
saying.
It's a void year. That's the issue.
So you're saying you don't think he just wants out though? You don't think he's done with football?
I don't know. No,
I think he
I don't
gave
think you're
himself
ever
that
done with
option.
football.
I think he gave himself that option. If something opens up, if he can work something out,
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to go back to Tampa Bay.
So you think he left it open?
And
You
I
guys
think
are saying
what's the narrative if Brady goes to another team and leaves Tampa $35 million in the hole against the cap? Like he's going to be painted as a villain.
He doesn't care about that. I don't think.
I think he does.
He's a lot about his rep.
You think so?
Yeah, like and plus, and then go into the whole he's just ring chasing. He left this team in turmoil just so he could go ride the coattails of another team to win another ring. Like I don't think he wanted that narrative. So if you put the team in the position to have to trade you,
So they
you
look
avoid
like the
that,
bad guy.
You avoid that bad press. Not even
Oh,
a bad
the
guy.
bad
It's
thing.
just time to move on. It's time to rebuild.
They both mutually agreed. He was
I
going to move on.
I really wanted to see the 30 for 30 about what happened though. Like, what
You're
is
not
the
gonna see
problem?
that.
You had Goodwin, you had Mike Evans, you had Fournette, you had an up and coming running back. I forget the guy's name. Rashard White. You
Yep.
had a lot of tools. That Cade Otton was coming on as a rookie tight end. Like, what happened? Like, it just seemed like
We
the
know
team-
what happened.
What happened?
The major problem was the offensive line.
No,
The offensive line and no Gronk. I'll give you that. But
Are you
there's no,
serious? You guys
there's-
aren't gonna state the obvious. What happened with him?
What?
You know what happened.
the divorce.
Yeah, it's always. What's the
doesn't-
downfall
No.
of every man on the planet? Come on, man.
I
You
don't-
know what
I
it
don't
is.
think-
The strongest man on the planet. What is his downfall?
None of that crap has ever bothered him before. And he rebounded to a 26-year-old Instagram model. I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
I can't rock this guy.
You think it's gonna bothers him that much? I don't know.
I've never seen him look like this.
I wasn't questioning Brady at all. I was questioning his team's dedication. Like, why was Mike Evans dropping
But
all
that's-
those
but
balls?
this is
Why were
what-
they? Why were they making all of these silly penalties? Why was the team
I have a
undisciplined? What was
'Cause
happening?
Brady. So we'll say this. I want to say it's hypothetical. Normally he would be on them about that. I think he was preoccupied this year.
I like that theory.
Do you understand
Yep.
my theory?
Yep.
That, like,
Well, he was
people
on
don't-
him once the season was going on because
No,
he was,
but that's what
he
I'm
was
saying.
screaming at everybody.
He was.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh, year
Have you
long.
ever seen him out of character that often like that?
He's never had a team that played that bad for him.
No, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Usually he probably nursed those things behind the scenes. I think behind the scenes, this other thing was preventing him from nursing
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but
some of those cats like Mike Evans, they're veterans. I can understand if he was like Rodgers and had these young receivers.
Nah, but Brady's that dude, man. When he says something, you're like, you believe it. Like I'll run through a brick wall.
Yeah, so what? I just didn't see. I didn't see that.
That's what
on
I'm
the
saying.
playoff stretch.
I don't think
They
he
didn't have
did that. I don't think he was that guy for them anymore.
Yup.
That's a theory.
He was that. Well, I mean, you can
That's
also
my theory.
put the thing on his last year of the Patriots. He refused to go work out with the young receivers for the offseason activities and stuff. So I mean, his record isn't
Brady
squeaky
is
clean when it
that
comes
guy.
to that.
His word holds weight, and I think he wasn't doing what he normally does. That's just me.
But I don't
Just a
think that
theory.
made him that bad.
Well, they weren't
physical.
that bad.
They were at 500.
Yeah, but they got beat by.
They were bad. They lost a lot of games with like bad situational football, being undisciplined. They could have easily been another 13-3 team.
Okay, is Todd Bowles the guy then?
I don't know.
Because Arians was the guy in my eyes.
Yep.
Maybe that might have been it.
And
like what happened, like all of a sudden Leftwich is a bad offensive coordinator.
And they shipped him out.
The narrative when they won the Super Bowl
He was
and
the
the
guy.
season after that was how great of a relationship they
Yeah,
had, how
yeah.
great everything was going. So
There's a lot of-
there's a 30 for 30.
there's a
I'm
lot
telling
of
you.
things in Tampa that went wrong. A lot of things. I
But-
mean, I think you took a quarterback who was old, was afraid, doesn't like getting hit to begin with. Now you put him behind an offensive line with 3 starters out, running for his life. I saw more balls thrown short by him
Oh, yeah.
or over people's heads that he just trying to get rid of it. Didn't want to get hit.
I mean, I don't think there's no amount of GMing that you can do to prepare yourself to lose 3 starters on the offensive line.
No.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened in Kansas City when Tampa Bay beat them
All right,
anyway.
so-
You got to get lucky and have someone
Yeah.
step up.
So your theory behind him retiring, he's trying to force their hand.
Yeah.
What's your theory?
I'm not saying he's trying to force. He's trying to keep his
It's
Options
a theory. It's
open.
a theory.
He's
It's
trying
still
to
a
keep
theory.
his options open.
What do you think?
Options open. I think he's keeping his options open.
I just think the dude's done. I think he's done.
Then why wouldn't he just start that contract, $37 million a year,
I think he's done.
going to the broadcaster?
I think he wants to study it. Because I did see an interview where he interviewed Stephen A. Smith, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Brady has his own podcast.
But that's what I'm saying. I
And
think
Belichick was just a guest on it.
he's
I've
trying
yet
to
to watch it.
he's trying to make the transition, and he's like, yo, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. That's what I think. That's just what I think. And he's gonna make more money,
Well,
right?
he's still probably getting over his divorce, so he just want to take a little more time because he's such a crybaby about that, according to you. Come on.
I mean, the whole thing
You
with
guys are talking like Giselle's not that chick. Stop playing with me.
He just upgraded. He went down in 20 years.
Upgraded to who? You don't know who this chick is. Her stats is proven. She has receipts. She's
For what?
that chick. Giselle's that chick. Let's be honest. She's that chick. You might can hate on her because the new young girl. This is why I don't deal with young girls, because after you do, what are you going to do with that? Be honest.
This may be controversial, but they're crazy when they're young. They're crazy when they're old.
No,
I just rather
but
have the crazy
nah,
young mom.
Giselle is seasoned. She is seasoned. Like I don't know.
I
What's
think
he
she's
gonna-
been.
what's
I
he
think
gonna
she's
do
been
with that?
telling Tommy how to live his life for a long
What is he
time,
gonna
and
do
he's.
with- What's he gonna do with this young chick?
You think Tommy ever wanted to wear Uggs? Giselle made him wear 'em.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that to that.
Come on.
man.
You ever
Don't
seen
do
some of
that.
those outfits at the Met Gala?
You guys, I don't know.
He started styling and profiling when he was with her.
I would do it too. Giselle's that chick, man. She's that chick. Don't hate on her. Don't hate
nah.
on her. Don't do that. She's that chick. I don't care who comes down the pike. She's that chick.
You don't have to kiss her ass. You don't get a shot at her, all right? You just all in. Maybe she'll see this
No.
podcast
Nah.
and she'll give me a call. I understand.
Okay, so a man of his caliber, who should he be with?
He can be with almost anybody he wants.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they fit each other.
Maybe they
Maybe.
don't.
No, not maybe. I'm saying, and let's be honest, he wanted to play football and she didn't want him to play anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So that means their minds didn't fit.
Yeah, they just
No.
grew apart. It's a classic example of growing apart over time.
I don't know. Because you're talking to a guy who's divorced, so I know I can't really speak upon it, but
You're just looking for that woman to tell you, don't go to work anymore.
And like I said, Giselle,
I got it.
Giselle ain't going to see this podcast, so
I don't know. But anyway, we're getting too much into it. What else? Who else moved around?
let's see. We got
Who else went where?
I know.
Jim-
Yeah,
Jim-
Kellen Moore signed with the
Dallas, that's your
Chargers.
boy.
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were gonna boot
why
him.
they signed him?
They were
Yeah.
gonna boot him out of there anyway, right? Or
Well,
they did.
No,
They
he's,
did.
He was getting,
They threw him on the sword to keep Dak's ego alive.
he
They
got
blamed it on the-
interest, and they wanted to move on. And I think they wanted to move. I didn't like him as a coordinator.
Really? That's what we're doing.
What?
McCarthy is the guy you need to get rid of.
I
man.
want,
We already talked
but I
about
can't.
this.
We can't get rid of him. But Moore definitely had some gadget ass plays, some stupid ass calls. He used to aggravate the hell out of me, especially this year. And I think you could get more out of
Are
that.
you getting rid of Kellen Moore or Mike McCarthy?
It wasn't a.
Who are you getting rid of?
Probably Kellen Moore.
Why? Why?
Actually, I'm gonna make this point. I think NFL teams in general are too swift to pull the trigger on getting rid of coaching staffs. Like
Why?
The amount of leeway that you give them to make draft pick selections to affect your future for years to come.
Well, some coaches
And you're
don't
so-
even make those decisions, though.
No,
I'm
yeah.
talking about
Belichick does.
coaching structure, GM,
He's a GM
offensive
too.
coordinator,
Okay.
Player scout personnel, all of these guys. I think that they just have way too short of a leash. And if you get in the habit of firing your coach every 3 years, you're just in this perpetual.
Cycle.
I
You're in
agree
this
with you.
perpetual
I'm rocking with you on that.
rehiring cycle, and all of the guys available to you are just all the guys that have been fired
They
before.
recycle.
Yeah,
It's a circle
so
jerk.
do you want somebody who's a C plus here, a C plus there, C plus there? Like, you're never going to get into like the A plus, A minus, B plus prospect pool operating like that. Like, who's gonna want to come? And if they have the choice between an organization like the Steelers, for example, who tend to keep their guys around, or an organization like the Texans, who are you going to roll with? Guys have kids, guys have families to worry about. They're putting kids in school. You want to provide some sort of stability in your life.
Yeah, I was looking at the Steelers. They through their whole existence, how many coaches have they
It's
had?
something like 5. It's
No,
something crazy.
if
like-
Three.
That is
Wasn't
ridiculous.
it like 3?
And they're one of those old school teams
Yeah.
too. So they've been around.
Yeah, it was Noel,
And they
Cowher,
don't.
and
The
Cat.
the ownership never really gets involved.
Yup.
They're like, here, you're the coach. You do whatever you want.
And you got to remember,
As long
McCarthy.
as you don't make us look horrendous. And Steelers always kind of
They're always
yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I can only remember
They
a few,
draft
few
well,
low
too.
points in Pittsburgh
the
history. in my
Steelers
life.
draft well.
they shouldn't have been 9-8 this year. The coach pulled that team
Yup.
along.
So
Any
why
other?
why wouldn't you follow that mold, that model?
I don't know. Impatience, ownership interference. Like you said, they don't get involved, whereas other ownerships, they get impatient.
They
They
got some
want to
good
win.
coaches
They want
too. They managed to pick the right people too.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, going back to the Kellen Moore thing, McCarthy inherited Kellen Moore. He wasn't his. Now he's bringing his
He's gonna
dudes
bring
in.
his guys
He's
in.
got Shanahan in there as the offensive coordinator. He's going McCarthy. I'm not happy he's going to be calling the plays because he can barely run
I
the
just
team.
think it's Dakota Rain Prescott. That is your problem. And the coaching problem is McCarthy.
All right, so
McCarthy actually had, if you look at his record over time,
Yeah.
it stands up to like other legendary coaches.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it. I want to say maybe it was on The Herd, but they do like the side-by-side blind comparisons, and they show like Andy Reid or something, and they're like, now
McCarthy's
who's,
right
they're
there?
like, now who's this guy? And then
Yeah,
he pops up, and you're
Are
like,
you kidding
what?
me? I would never expect that.
But I mean, who's McCarthy? Yeah, what do you have? Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for a long time.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to make a run when you got those
but
two guys.
you know
so.
what you want to talk about? That brings up
Go
the
ahead,
whole
Pete.
perception of things. Sometimes our perception is way off. Like
Yeah.
I just saw this thing came up on Facebook the other day. It compared Dak against Peyton Manning's numbers through this point in their career.
Go ahead.
Dak's numbers are almost all better.
Wow.
62% to 66% Dak had completion rate. Peyton had 110 interceptions to Dak's 65
Okay.
at this point. Now, Peyton started off with a much worse team.
He did.
He started off the bottom.
But a lot of that, too, you can make the argument is situational. When was Peyton Manning throwing his picks? Like, Dak was throwing the picks at the crucial
Well,
time.
this was his worst season, too.
Go ahead,
You
go
got to
ahead,
give
go
that.
ahead. Okay.
But playoff record at that point, 2-4, both of them. 2 wins, 4 losses.
So you're saying there's hope.
Well, no, I'm just saying, yeah. But I'm just saying it's a lot of times it's perception. Everybody believes Tony
Yeah.
Romo, and I don't go, it's Cowboys rant, but Tony Romo
We
was
gotta
a
keep it
horrible
mind. He was a Cowboys guy here.
was a horrible quarterback at the end of games, and that reign that he had in that time. He had the most fourth quarter comebacks.
Yeah, Tony Romo was the man. Tony Romo does not
But
get.
Was he the guy?
perception
He
was
does not get his flowers.
he fumbled the ball on the kick on the field goal in that first playoff
Against
game.
Seattle,
then he threw an interception against the Giants in
That's
that
what you
07
remember.
Giants.
It's what you remember.
It's what you remember sometimes.
The
And that's,
highlight reel.
and that's what gets played, and people just have this perception.
All right. So Romo was the guy, McCarthy's the guy, and Dak's the guy. That's what you're telling me?
No, I didn't. I never said that. Never said that.
That's what you're telling me then. What are you telling me?
I've told you in the past I didn't like McCarthy. But they're going to give him, they're going to let him do his thing. And if he can't do it this year, he's got no excuses.
No, we said this last year.
I told you if he got far enough, they weren't going to fire him.
How far did they get this year?
Who? The
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Second round of the
Second
playoff.
round.
Well-
I wanted the NFC Championship. That he wouldn't get fired. I thought anything less than that, he was getting fired.
I was hoping.
Nope.
It's hard to fire a coach who goes, 12-5, two
Like
years
I
in a
said,
row.
who else is out there that's any better? You're gonna put yourself in this perpetual situation of not being able to find good help.
I wanted Sean Payton, but now he's gone. Might as well just give McCarthy another year.
And that's great. Sean Payton was rumored to be on his way to Dallas for years when he was still with New Orleans. So
Yeah.
for them to not be able to put that together,
Yeah.
what does that say? Like either McCarthy's contract is just too rich
Maybe
for
they
Jerry
like him.
Jones
Maybe
to
they
want
like him more than what we think. Maybe they like him. They're
No,
trusting him.
No, I think. Well, Jerry tends to trust people too much.
Yeah.
He let Garrett have a few more years than he should.
Well, you
have.
haven't heard any Mike McCarthy, Jerry. Usually, I feel like you'll hear Jerry Jones getting under the skin of the coach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe Mike McCarthy's just built to handle
I
Jerry.
think they
and
went
Jerry's
at.
like,
I
all
think
right,
they went
like,
at that. They.
Oh yeah, Dak got killed.
They killed that.
Everybody.
They killed him. I'm like, that's like a marked man down there.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, what do you think about the O'Brien cat coming back home to the Patties?
I'll
We're
take
talking
it.
about coaching, moving.
As long as it's not Patricia, right?
Is that going to help them
I
in
don't
that
know.
division now? Because I feel like Buffalo's going to be Buffalo. Miami, I'm wondering about the Tua cat.
They're in trouble because he could be done. He could get another concussion beginning of the year, and now
They're done.
If I was Miami, I'd be looking at.
And the Jets are on the rise in my eyes.
Yeah.
I feel.
they need a quarterback.
They'll just rock with Mike White.
I love Mike White.
Just rock with
I don't know if
him.
he's. You haven't seen a big enough
He's a
sample
free
size.
agent in my dynasty league. I will be making a bid on him.
Rock with the white cat. I'm telling you. I don't know. Is
He's shown-
O'Brien-
he's
is
like their
O'Brien enough for the
He's
Patties?
their version of Brock Purdy, Mike White. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Put the
Oh,
team
yeah.
on his back. He made it happen.
Put the team on my back, though.
And as far as Bill O'Brien goes, I feel like if Tommy threw you in the trash, then what good are you? You know, like all he really was a stopgap in between McDaniel's
No, he
appearances,
was a
right?
head coach,
Yeah.
though. Wasn't O'Brien a head
Yeah,
coach?
Texans.
And then he went to what, Alabama?
Yeah, he
Yep.
was, yep.
We'll
I
see.
like Bill O'Brien. I just don't think he's the solution.
But he's still an
What's the
upgrade from what you
solution?
had.
What's the solution
Right?
in New England?
Find another Tom Brady in the 6th round and have him take pay cuts year after year after year. New England's not a free agent destination
Anymore.
at all.
They don't pay. They never pay.
Remember
them.
when
They
they
never
were-
pay.
Nope.
The taxes up
They
here are
never pay.
ridiculous.
They never
Nobody
pay.
is coming to New England
They did
Ever
win.
anymore.
again.
When you
Ever
knew
again.
ever again.
Because the weather and
It's
everything.
over. It's over. Like
How many people
Brady-
took a break
not
to
having
come here to
Brady
win? How many
to
people
win.
took a break to
To
come here to
win.
win? Now that's gone.
You think so? What was their record this year? They weren't totally out of it.
No, they almost made it.
That's what I'm
They were
saying.
into the last. But just getting into the playoffs, you're like the Giants. It doesn't mean you're a good team.
It's like the same thing in the NBA. You know what I mean? You're locked into a perpetual 15th overall draft pick. Like nothing to get excited about.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if all this coaching movement, if it means anything.
I think everybody was all excited about the Belichick DeAndre Hopkins relationship this season. They were all loving each other, and now you brought O'Brien back. He's the one that shipped D-Hop out of
yeah.
town in the Texans, so I don't think he's coming.
He's not coming. And they're not going to pay him.
He's not coming. Honestly, like what wide receiver wants to come here and bet on Mac Jones?
Who?
What has Mac Jones,
Mac Jones.
shown you to say, like, okay, I'm going to go play 3 years with this guy? And
And I'm hearing that
For the
he's
next
a little bit
contract.
of a diva, too. I've been hearing.
He was in a bad situation, didn't handle it well. I think he was. I
I've
just
been
think
hearing
he.
I'm like, what? He seems like
He's-
he doesn't even talk at all.
He doesn't want to suck it up. Like some of these people who suck it up and not say anything, and he makes comments.
That's what I'm saying.
I,
yeah, I mean, there was that scene famously where he's like, throw the fucking ball. Like, he's like yelling at Matt Patricia on the sideline.
Who are you, though? Who are you to say that to Patricia?
And that's.
I mean, Mac Jones didn't Mac Jones win a national title?
Yeah.
Like he's
probably
balled
more
out in his
he's
life.
probably more qualified to say that to Patricia because Patricia was a defensive
No,
coordinator.
Patricia won Super Bowls, though.
Defensive coordinator,
Don't
not as an
matter.
offensive
Matt
coordinator.
Patricia was the defensive coordinator when we blew that game against Philly. So I don't even want to hear you talking about
No,
those
I'm
credentials.
saying- I'm
They
saying-
had like 600 yards against us.
So Matt Jones has that kind of weight, though, that he
No,
can talk
but-
to the coordinator like that? No, you're not that guy either.
After
though.
like week
If you were
12
playing-
of sucking, I'm giving
if
it to you.
If you were that guy and you had a defensive coordinator who's screwing you over all year because the plays he was calling, you wouldn't be able to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
took
you know
took the team to the playoffs the year before.
Oh,
Now
man,
this
he
guy
did
comes
do
in with his
that.
number
He
2
did.
pencil and is shooting you in the foot at every chance he
And
gets.
I think I said it
I'll
last
give
week
you
or the
that.
week before. He ran a much more complicated offense as a rookie when he came in, and then they dumbed it down, and it was a horrible offense. So I can't blame him. If he can handle that offense as a rookie, he
I'll
can
give you
handle
that.
that
I'll give it-
offense.
I'll give it
How
to
many
you.
people went to New England couldn't handle receivers, couldn't figure out what the hell it was supposed
There's
to
a
be?
lot of stories about that.
And if he could go in there and do that as a rookie and look as good as he did, they shouldn't have changed anything. But they had to because they didn't have an offensive coordinator, and Patricia was the guy.
Is he the guy?
No, that's why he's out.
Is he out? Did they
He's
get rid of him?
I heard he's going to go up to up in the office. I don't think he's going to. I think
The Patriots, they do this thing where they make a habit of bringing assistants on, or maybe they don't even call them assistants. I forget what they call them, but it maintains the fact that the old team pays them the salary.
Yeah.
So like the whole
They're
time,
always doing sneaky
'cause
stuff
if
with
they
the
give
the
money.
whole
Yeah.
time that Patricia was back with the Patriots, he
always
was getting
doing
paid
sneaky
by
stuff
he was
with the
getting
money.
paid by the Lions.
Yeah, they're always doing sneaky stuff with the
Because
money.
if they named him coordinator, then they'd have to take on the salary themselves.
And another caveat to that I heard is that how the Patriots had the coaching staff. The coaching staff is all in a budget. Whatever Belichick doesn't spend, he gets to keep.
Of course he does.
Of course, right? So
Snake.
why wouldn't you just be hiring those cast-off assistants so
Yeah.
you can keep your nest egg growing?
Wow.
I think that's
Belichick's a shiesty,
I
man.
think
He's
that
shiesty.
that
you
is
get those
what
guys
the
that are loyal to you, like Patricia, who will take less just
Yup.
to stay with you. They're not going to go take another coordinator
Is
job.
Belichick shiesty?
I think ever since Garoppolo,
He's shiesty.
he's been being a shice bag. Look at his record. Look at all the assistants that he hasn't paid, that he's been in. Ever since they told him how he's going to run his team, he said, "You know what? I'm going to do what's best for my pockets."
Yo, he couldn't do that on the streets.
Because that money
man.
doesn't count towards the salary cap. You can see if that money counted towards the salary cap, I'd rather spend it on players than coaches. Wow. But that has a totally different
Yep.
pool. That doesn't mean anything.
So here's what we're ultimately saying. That's eventually that's gonna come and grab him. You gotta know that. You can't keep operating like that.
That's why it
It
happened this
has
year.
come and grabbed him. It's over.
It happened this year.
On that note, we're gonna take a quick break, baby.
All right, come back, Kings. We're back from break. We're talking about that dumpster fire that is the Pro Bowl.
Coming in hot.
Brilliant, bro. He coming in hot.
I didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. Nobody watched it.
Why do they have this? I'm being honest. Why do they have this? Why did it?
Money.
Money. It's about ratings. It
Who's-
still outperforms any other sports.
How are they making money off of this?
That's the thing.
Ad
I asked,
revenue.
I asked him during the Sunday. I'm like, yeah, the ads, because it's like the cost of running this and having this
It's expensive.
is expensive.
You got celebrities
not
now.
paying for
You know
anything.
that they're paying Snoop. They're paying to be in the Vegas stadium. They're paying
Peyton and Eli to go show up.
Yeah.
I bet you that's all written into their broadcasting contract. Wow. The sponsors are paying for everything.
So why have this then? Why are you having this?
I mean, I get it from a
What
player
is it- does anybody know the ratings?
from a player recognition perspective. I agree with it. But having them run around in a contact sport where injuries determine your future, even Myles Garrett, I think he dislocated his toe.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like now one of the top flight defensive ends in this league.
He's out
has
for
suffered,
6 months.
I don't know how long. You know,
Yeah.
it might be something minor,
Yeah,
but it just goes to
yeah.
the point of like I don't think that you should be asking this
Even flag
of
football.
these athletes. Even that, like.
Even the flag football.
And
thing,
on that
turf.
Is that turf that they're playing on? In my
That's a
mind,
whole other debate.
Yeah.
This is that's a debate that I'm gonna say right now. The worst injuries that I've ever seen was on that kind of stuff when nobody touches these guys.
Yup.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Besides concussions, don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting concussions, but when you start talking about people tearing and ripping stuff, it's always on that stuff, and nobody's near them.
Yep.
Nobody.
And these cats are competitive. They try. It's not like, this is not like the game where, especially the last few years, nobody was even trying to make any sort of contact.
So
These guys were diving
I
around,
am
making catches.
baffled at, never mind, they got rid of the actual tackle part of it. Now it's flag. Why are you? I don't know. NFL, what are you doing?
You know what my vote would be?
Go ahead.
Real world road rules challenge. You break the guys up into teams. You have them do like that
That's
end,
kind of what they
like
did.
the end
though.
competition where you got to like climb the mountain and solve the
That was
puzzle and
kinda
blah
like
blah blah.
that this year,
you
wasn't
have them
it?
like draft it. You
Well,
know,
yeah, they
you
had
get a
all
little bit of WWE sensation going into it. Like people would watch that. It would humanize the players. You'd see them
Yeah.
without the helmets on. Like that's everything they're asking for. They don't get the same recognition as basketball and baseball players when it comes to people wanting to
I
use
think that's
them
what they kind of did
for
this
ad
year,
revenue.
though.
I would continue doing
Yeah,
that.
they
I think
did some
should
of that, yeah,
continue
oh, yeah.
moving to what's best for the players and their profile, their ad earning revenue, and all of that.
I
But
think they did do
Because
like
they had
a couple
the
skill competitions,
quarterback skills competitions, like
and
they
all
used to do in
kinds
the
of
past.
stuff.
But this
and
all,
they're not wearing any helmets.
and these all counted as points. Everything was points towards a final
Yeah.
NFC.
Yeah.
AFC
I think it was
thing.
like some kind of like some. It looked like almost like the Olympics almost.
They had the craziest
even
catch
that, though,
thing.
so you're still taking your professional future in your hands by participating in those.
And the money, like you go back in the day when they used to have Battle of the Network Stars or something like that. The money they were making was minuscule compared to what they're making now if they get hurt. You're setting franchises back
Yep.
if somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, it's not even just a player either. It's the franchise that has their rights.
Yep.
You know, like you lose a top flight guy that you spent draft capital
So
on. Or,
here's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure you still have the option. Brady never went to those things.
No, that's why.
never went.
rarely, yeah, maybe early in his career.
Well, 'cause he was
And
always in the
his
Super
early-
Bowl, though.
No, but his career, that's what I'm saying. The years that they weren't in it, he wouldn't go on purpose. He's like, I don't want to go do that.
Yeah,
if I'm not winning the Super Bowl. But you have the option not to go.
Yeah, no.
So it's still on the players.
That's why Huntley and Lawrence were two of the quarterbacks. Huntley
Yeah.
was a Pro Bowl
Yeah,
quarterback.
I wouldn't want to, if there's a chance that I could damage my career and never play again, I wouldn't want to do that.
Like I said, if you can do the quarterback skills thing, that was all cool because they had like Diggs and somebody else blocking holes, and they were kind of defending against the quarterback throwing the ball through the different holes and stuff. But anything that you can really get hurt on, like that who was it? Robert Edwards. Back in the day for the Patriots, that was a flag football game on the beach. It wasn't. It was a side thing from the actual Pro Bowl. He blew out his knee. Was never the same.
I don't know. I don't know why they continue to have it. That's my question.
Name one All-Star game that's actually
The NBA isn't that bad.
worth like.
the NBA, NFL is the worst because of the contact.
Yeah.
That's everybody else. You can get basketball. They don't play any defense. Hockey. They don't play any defense.
Yeah.
The NBA is not that bad. Now that I'm thinking about it,
No,
it's not that bad.
they just don't play defense. It's
I like what they're doing this year with the NBA. Have you heard what they're doing?
No.
They're gonna pick teams the day of the game. So whoever the two captains are, they're literally like, you know how you used to show up at the schoolyard?
Yeah.
I got him, You go pick.
That's fire.
That's what they're doing this
Except for
year.
the guy that gets picked last on national
So that's
television.
gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope.
I'd rather
So-
see. I'd like that, but I'd rather see it move to like a 3-on-3 format and just open it up a little more.
What do you mean?
Because like if you're already not gonna play defense,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Just go to like the full and one mixtape setup. Let them ball out. You know, like
They do that though. The dudes just get out of the way.
Yup.
Especially when dudes are coming down like freight
Yeah,
trains.
so if
you
there's
know
only-
what he's about to do.
if there's only 3-on-3, you don't even have to get out of the way.
They're
You know what I
throwing it
mean?
off
Just
the
enough
glass,
space on the
doing
floor.
all kind of crazy
Yeah.
stuff. But
Throwing in a
NFL,
celebrity or some one or two in there.
NFL, get rid of the Pro Bowl. 'Cause, like you guys said, it's too much money.
It's too. They got to find a way to
I'm
kind of
arguing where's
showcase.
the money coming from. That's my argument. Is it coming from the sponsors, the commercials?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ratings.
Yeah. No, nobody's watching that. Who's watching that?
I'm telling you, look up the ratings. The Pro Bowl outperforms like an NBA game.
I'll give
It's
you
not
that.
even
Yeah.
close.
I'll give you that.
It's not even close.
I'll give you
So
that.
people are still,
So the
people are
numbers,
still
yeah.
tuning in.
I'll give
It's
you
still
that.
the most dominant sports thing on TV
and
of that
he's
day.
definitely right about no helmets because these games they're doing. Nobody's got helmets. You can actually see the players. You know what I mean? They got exposure that way.
Yeah.
So he was definitely right about that
So
because it makes them more relatable.
You're saying Budweiser's footing the bill,
They're just gonna make sure
Yeah.
these guys
or
don't get
whoever the
hurt.
commercials are.
They got to make sure these guys don't get hurt though. They got to do things that.
Well, if you probably look back, if they rate per capita, how many guys have really gotten hurt doing this thing? You
Can't-
can probably
it can't be
name
that
them.
many,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. So that's what they're looking at too. They're probably like, we're gonna keep doing it until multiple years when dudes are getting
But
hurt.
actually, when you say Pro Bowl, my memory goes right to Sean Taylor murdering that dude. I forget who he hit, but he got him. Like he hit, like that was like he should have got flagged for like unsportsmanlike conduct for hitting that hard in the Pro
That's
Bowl.
the
but-
thing, because you
Yeah.
always have like everybody's kind of on the same page, but then you always got the one guy that goes.
Yeah, he
Rambo.
went way too hard on
Yeah.
that one.
Well, back in the day too, they started off slow, but by the end of the first
They
oh
quarter,
yeah,
start
he
hitting.
just
They
started
started
flowing.
hitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was started off very slow, awkward, clunky.
It's just in them. I
Oh,
feel.
and that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
You can't play that half speed.
I also feel like it's so difficult for now you're running an offensive line who's never played together. You're running
Yeah.
a quarterback that
Yeah.
doesn't have the cadence and everything down with everybody. It's a
that's-
tough
and-
thing to pull off.
Yeah,
like.
and then you're telling the defenses this is the only defense you can play. You can only play a cover two.
Yeah.
Because of not playing with each other. It just
They don't care though. Who cares? Who cares? It's Pro Bowl. It's Pro Bowl. You're chilling.
they're not spending the money to send them to Hawaii anymore.
when
so.
it was in
Yeah.
Hawaii, I was okay, great. I'd love to go participate, but
Yeah.
if
I
you're
think
just
they-
flying out to San Diego, it's like I've been there before.
I think they said
At least once every 3 seasons on an NFL timeline, I've been to San
I've
Diego.
been there when I played the Chargers.
Yeah.
The nightlife is not that.
Oh,
not
see,
that
I got
good.
caught. I got caught slipping. They're not even in San
It
Diego.
was in
anymore.
Vegas.
Vegas. They got-
Vegas is
and
you
they-
can get into trouble.
I think they still got a $48,000 check. I think they got cut.
Yeah, they get money.
$48,000.
They get money. You're getting a free trip and a check. So I don't know.
I heard some story about all this that Troy Aikman, and one of the other, it might have been Joe Montana or something, but they were about ready to skip out on the Pro Bowl, and John Madden caught them and had to like talk them into like not ruining the Pro Bowl by not playing.
Seriously, and that's the other part of it, right? There's no Burrows, there's no Mahomes, there's no Allen.
Yeah.
Like all these big names.
Why didn't Burrow go? He's out. Why didn't he go?
We probably heard.
That's why when
That,
you're when
they
you're,
come up with
when
something.
you're,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
the
You
same
don't
thing
have
of
to
why
go.
Brady didn't go.
Because they want the chip. He wants the chip.
Yeah.
Barrow's like, yo, I don't want to participate in this madness.
And they can't have it after the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is the crown jewel.
But they
'cause if you-
used
if
to
you
have it after the Super Bowl,
I know, but
didn't
it-
they? Yeah, they
At one
used to
point,
have
yeah,
it after.
but they want to make the Super Bowl the crown jewel, the end of
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah, but that's
So
what
now-
I'm saying.
and the-
For
and the
years,
Pro Bowl
they
was
had
over-
it after.
Yeah, it was after. Then they put that second weekend, so you could squeeze it in there.
Yeah.
But they like the way it is right now. They want the Pro Bowl to be a setup, and then the crown jewel of the year, end it with the Super Bowl.
Well,
They should replace the Pro Bowl with the 2 worst teams having to play each other for the first pick.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's a real idea.
Yeah, the players don't care about that.
Yeah, it would never work because the same teams, the same players aren't coming back, free agents, all that, different coaches.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the Super Bowl? Well, we already talked about it. We brought you here. What do you think's gonna happen? This is all on you. This is your segment because we already voiced our opinion. Episode 18. It's on you, baby.
I heard I've heard a lot of good stats that in a vacuum would point me to the direction that the Eagles should win this game.
Yeah.
They have veteran corners. They have, I want to say, the best rushing attack in the league. There's a lot of things that should point you in the direction for the Eagles winning this game. But I just don't think they're going to overcome Patrick Mahomes.
Thank you. That's what I said. That's what I said.
I
too.
just think that's a
the X factor.
tough order of business, especially with he has Travis Kelce, which has been his number one
His
weapon this
blanket,
season,
yeah.
and it's going to be a tough order of business. But if the Eagles defense shows up, it could be a different game because we've seen Mahomes
We've seen
get
what
shut
your
down
boys did to him.
with a tough defense.
What they did
but
with him.
Mahomes doesn't have those offensive line woes this season.
Yeah.
They've shored that up for him. If anything, he doesn't have great wide receivers. He's got no Tyreek. I mean, who's he got? McCole Hardman. I think he's been hurt too. So he's got
all the guys are hurt.
yeah. He's got
Speaking of the injury thing,
He's got Kadarius Toney.
Tony and Juju are going to probably be back.
Juju's hurt,
They're going to be back.
but they're gonna be back. But
They're trending in a very good direction. And I know you're not. I know you don't want to hear that. And now Mahomes has
I
has
thought
an
it was
extra
music
week
to my ears, but obviously it is not. Yeah.
because I think Cooper's considering flying out there and doing a Tanya Harding on Mahomes' knee.
For all those who don't know who Tanya Harding is, she's the girl. She's the girl who hired a guy Nancy Kerrigan. What was his name?
What was her husband?
Her boyfriend or
Her husband,
something.
What
boyfriend?
a wild story.
Yeah, because she couldn't. She didn't want to challenge her. or
Yeah, she
something.
knew she wasn't going to get.
She wasn't gonna be there.
Wasn't going to get the Olympics, so they took out the competition.
But nah, I just think Mahomes is too much too. Eagles defense. I think their defense is gonna show up, but is it gonna be able to? I don't know.
They just got to show up enough to re-aggravate that high ankle sprain. It can be a totally different game.
But here's the other thing. So say they do show up, is Jalen putting points on the board? Are they gonna score?
I think they can. I'm pretty sure that was one of the stats that I saw was that the Phillies offense,
like third in the league.
their strong points
They're running the
could
top.
really take advantage of Kansas City's weak points.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But if all the receivers are, so we just said every receiver's hurt except who's left? Valdez Scantling.
Yeah.
That's the only one left. So it's basically him and Travis
Well, these
Kelce.
guys are coming back, but those are
And what's the running back name?
Pacheco.
Pacheco. He's been doing good too.
He
So
reminds me of Hill for some reason. He reminds me, like, I see the number 10. I can't get Tyreek Hill out of my head. The way he looks and everything.
well, he's great catching the pass too
Out of
out of
the
the
backfield.
backfield. Like he almost looks like Fournette to me the first
Yeah.
year with Brady. Just like wow.
And he
or
runs.
like a James
He's like
White,
a violent runner too.
Yeah.
For a little dude, he's
But
violent.
just because though they haven't had that big home run hitter and Hill, Mahomes put up just as good, if not better, numbers than he ever has.
yeah, I'm not disputing that.
So I just worry that playoff experience that Kansas City has.
Where you gonna be at for the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I probably got the day off.
You gonna be at the
Yeah,
crib?
we haven't been doing Sundays at the bodega, but maybe I don't know. Maybe we open up and throw a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm gonna be at the spot watching the game. Where you gonna be at, P?
Watching you scare customers as you scream at the television. I gotta come down there just for the show.
Now if we're getting blown out, I won't be screaming.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. The refs will make sure it's a tight game.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of these guys. You think they're officiating? You think so?
Huh?
You think
They got to keep it tight. They got to make sure it's tight, you know?
I don't know.
Super Bowls usually go one of two ways: tight or blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for coming down, man. I appreciate
you having me.
Death Row. Yo, I gotta come down to the bodega one day. You guys serve food over there?
Oh, yeah. The best food.
Really?
Yep.
We
It's
gotta make our way down
It's
there.
it's a deli during the day. It's open till 6.
Yeah.
You know, hot sandwiches, vegan sandwiches. They got an Italian deli.
'Cause I'm not a big time drinker, but I'll definitely eat.
I'll make you the mocktail, my man.
I can eat. I can definitely eat.
We need your DJ skills down there anyway. We got to get you down there on a Friday or Saturday.
You guys got DJs down
yeah,
there?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to take nobody's spot, though.
We
you know?
try. Nah, we'll make a spot for you.
The next time you hear us, I'm going to either be sad or happy. You know what I mean? What we should do, I want to do because I think I'm doing an event that Tuesday. So if you want to do Monday,
Just let me know.
Monday day, because we're doing tea time at night. That's what the
Good luck.
people out here. But yo, come back, Kings. P, take us out, baby.
Everybody go down to Zaco Taco on Valentine's Day. DJ Lex is going to be down there. I just want everybody to go see him with your friends and lovers. What was that? Friends and Lovers Night?
And friends.
Yeah.
Like,
So
share, and
subscribe.
subscribe. Peace.